Hello again, Jessica Campos for Social Media University, and we are going to learn a plan to make $5,000 this month. Something very important that I have to tell you is the $5,000 are here as a symbol. For some of you, this means $10,000, $20,000, but for some of you, this means $1,000. Okay, so you will adjust this to the amount of money that you need to make to be sleeping better this month, to sleep better this month. Okay, a plan to make that money so you can go and feel like I am free, I am progressing, I am successful. So how does that number looks like for you? And I want you to write it down and change the title to that number. A plan to make blank this month. So for that, we're going to cover what it is required to create your business model. If I was doing this training in a room, I would ask you guys, raise your hand if you get ideas when you're taking a shower. Raise your hand if you get ideas when you're sleeping. Raise your hand if you get ideas when someone is telling you what problems they have and you start creating ideas to solve their problems. Well, that's you. What I want to say is every idea has the potential to become a business, but that doesn't mean that every idea that you have is going to be incorporated in your business model right away. So what do we need to have the business model all integrated in a way that it works like a snowball so you can keep moving and moving and moving and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger? That's what we're going to talk about. We need the idea, target market, solution, marketing activity, and sales offer. This is a brand new training, and I want you to get it so you can understand how are you going to use the tools that you are getting from your social media university, and how can you integrate that on your business model. So let's start thinking and talking about your unique, valuable proposition. This is an exercise that you need to do every time when you screen an idea, okay? You identify a need. You identify who are the experts in the field. Without being intimidated, you can be that expert because you're going to find a differentiator and you're going to add value to the field. Adding value means that you maybe do things differently. Adding value means that you maybe are more transparent. Adding value means that maybe you have a mastery throughout experience or education. So what is your unique, valuable proposition? How do you work with the people so you provide a solution that people get differently than if they were working with your competitor? The next step is analyzing the target market. And here I want to talk about the long tail approach. And I'm going to use my own example. I do marketing, I do branding, and I prepare brands to be social ready. And I also provide social training, which is where you are right now. And we also implement the social marketing. Does that mean that I'm going to be an agency getting clients that can spend $100,000 a month in advertising? Probably not, because that is what big agencies do. However, that doesn't mean that I have to get ready to compete with those big agencies so I can get those companies to hire me with the $100,000 budget a month. Why I don't want that at this point? Because if I go to the long tail, this is a market for entrepreneurs just like you, that you need to understand marketing because you're doing this on your own until your business picks up so you can delegate this to someone. And we hope that that person is our company, Marketing for Greatness. But if it's not, somebody else will do this using our training. And I'm giving you this example so you can understand how the long tail approach works. Think about what people at this level need that perhaps nobody is serving them. I have clients that they work in such niche industries that they are pretty much the top 5 of providers of the services that they do. You might want to consider something like that, or servicing a segment of your market, of your target audience that nobody is servicing. Okay, so think about that. I want to think about that for about probably one day. It's not going to be an answer that is going to come to you that naturally, but let me know what comes for you when you think about how can you use a long tail approach. Because here's the thing, we want to make the $5,000 this month, and that means that you need to find those people right now. The next step is you need to find them and match them with a solution that fits them. Okay, very often I see entrepreneurs that they create an offer, but that offer is created copying a language from somebody else, so they don't sound like they have a solution that fits the need of that person that they're talking to. So I want you to think about who is that buyer persona, and I want you to think about what solution will fit them at the point in their life that they are. This is why at some point in my business, we had to make a decision and create this program. Because yes, we want to serve business owners that have a budget of $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 to create their brand and launch their business. But in the meantime, there are people that need a solution right away, and they don't have the $50,000, and I don't want them to go and refinance their home. Okay? So that means that the solution that you provide, it's okay to be unique. The black dress doesn't have to be fitting to every single one of the women. That doesn't mean that it's not a pretty black dress like you see in this image. That means that you need to find something that fits the client that you want to serve. Once we have that, I love this image because this is where I want you to think about what are your talents. And if we want to make the $5,000 right away, we cannot have the time to start learning something like a talent or a skill right now. We want to work with your talents, and that will be the only way that you can capitalize those talents right now. So show me, what are you really good at? Because here's what happens. When you have the idea, when you have the proposition, unique, valuable proposition, we match that with your talent, you get clarity and you get confidence. When you get confidence and education and guidance, you get success. This is why we are here and we are in this together, and you need to win this month. Okay. Successful people don't do different things. They do things differently. One of you emailed me last week and wrote me, I wish I had a plan to make, the money with all these tools that I'm getting. I wish there was like a step by step. And I responded that email and I said, okay, I can tell you right now the steps that I do to make, the income that I make on a monthly basis. But here's one thing. I gave him about 7 things to do. But here's one thing. It's not about what I do. It's how I do it that makes the difference. That's why I believe so much in getting support, in getting mentorship, in getting accountability so you can keep moving forward when things don't look that great. Again, successful people don't do different things. They do things differently. So what are you really good at? Are you good at speaking? Are you good at talking? Are you good at writing, reading, connecting with people? Do you have a mastery? Do you have a formal education? What is it? Think about this as a closet. I just opened the closet and I want you to pick, what are your talents? Maybe one. If you're good at speaking, for example, that means that maybe you can just ask your question, like, am I good at speaking, but am I good at public speaking? Or maybe I don't like to connect with people that much. So maybe a webinar will be a good solution for you. If technology freaks you out, well, forget technology. Let's do a workshop in person. Let's connect with people. Let's go networking. And it's so magical, the things that are going to happen once you operate from your talent, that everything is effortless. People start coming to you effortless. And wait until you practice what it is to have alliances with people that have the same audience, but they offer a different service. Again, on this formula to make the $5,000 this month, you need to pick one thing that you're really, really, really good at, and we're going to elaborate this formula to start the engine to make your $5,000 this month. The formula starts with creating an offer that has three options: 1,000, 3,000, and 8,000. The formula then has you creating a lead generation system, and then you're going to invite those leads to either webinar, speaking event, or you're going to just one by one outbound an invitation, so then they can see what you can do for them. Okay, this is the engine that is going to activate your income this month. And let's put this example. If you do this, you create the offer, and again, if you need help in this, please let me know, because this is very, very critical. This is maybe what you need right now to make the money this month. Maybe you don't have an offer. Maybe you don't know how to put together the lead generation system. We have a team to help you. Raise your hand, please. Don't be afraid of asking for help, okay? So here's a formula. 25 leads, let's say you convert 5 from your $1,000 package. Well, that means $5,000 this month. Easy, simple. And at this point, I have a question for you. As soon as I said this, what came to your mind? What is difficult? What is being presented or perceived by your mind as difficult? I want you to write that down, and I want you to share with me the notes that you got. Okay? This is interesting because until last week, I thought that I would rather have the $300 spent to get 300 leads than spending $300 to get 6 leads. And I really, really, really thought that the best marketer was the one that could get people leads, a lot of leads, for very cheap, until I heard Russell Brunson saying, the person who can spend the most money to acquire the customer wins. And actually asked me if you want to listen to his interview. I have the link. It's amazing how he explains. And Russell Brunson, in case you don't know, he is the creator of ClickFunnels. He explains that the more money you spend to acquire that customer at the beginning, the better, because you're going to get their trust. And the way that you need to understand this process to make the decision of how much you're going to spend to acquire a customer is looking at this with the lifetime value of that relationship. This catapulted my entire thought process of how am I designing my freebies. I mean, this is just making sense. And he has the data. So this is not theory, people. This is reality. We are saturated with free information. We must elevate our game and making a difference in people's life. In other words, quality over quantity. Oof. Quality over quantity. I want to recap something with you here. It's the business model, okay? Idea, target market, long tail approach, solution, remember the black dress, marketing activity, pick up your talents, sales offer, and boom, keep moving. I want to hear, what did you get out of this training? Where are you stuck? Where do you feel like you need the help the most? Because if you don't ask, we don't know how to help you. And we are here to help you. Let's make this happen. Let's give yourself a win. You deserve it. Your freedom deserves it. And you need to have everything that you know that you have, right? To complete this success formula. Idea, unique proposition, talent, and clarity equals confidence. Confidence plus education plus guidance equals success. Let's give yourself a win. And I cannot wait to hear your comments, your results, and your questions. Bye for now.